Hi, everyone. Welcome to Game Changers. I'm Anna Berry. Today, I'm speaking with Dr. Navjeet Dhaliwal, the CEO of Iagon, a game changer in the decentralized cloud storage space. And you liken yourself to an Airbnb for storage. So I want to know a little bit about your company. And I want to start right off with this growing concern around data breaches and cyber threats. We hear it all the time. So how is Iagon ensuring data privacy and security for its users?
Yeah, we see it every week almost. Data leaks happen a lot, and it happening to big companies like enterprises, insurance companies, health systems around the world. So there's a big kind of lack of understanding that what this entitles, what data breaches are actually doing to your data. For example, sensitive information, your name, your information, your address, all this information being leaked is it's something that people to take a more serious stand to. And what we're doing compared to centralized solutions like cloud and Google Cloud and Amazon AWS, they store their kind of files centrally, meaning that they have one specific file in one specific server or copies of those files in a specific server at a specific time. So if that server is breached, then what happens is that all the files within that server are leaked to the public and or to the hacker that had the exploit, right? So what Iagon does is we're doing a decentralized cloud storage. We're not storing a file specifically in one location. What we do is we slice the file in many slices. We make redundancies of those slices, and then we spread them across to resource providers, or what we call them storage providers or nodes in our network. And we allocate them in a smart manner. So we learn the behavior of these nodes, these storage providers, in terms of performance, availability, location, different metrics that we look at, and we match it up according to your needs. So if you want high performance, high availability, and you want it in the US or you want it specifically in Norway, we can do so, catered it, and it's sharded, meaning that it's sliced. So even if one server is breached, there's no way of retrieving that file or no way of leaking that file, right? So much more private and much more secure, and you have full control of your data.
Fascinating. Talk a little bit more about that, especially when it's how your technology empowers its users with operational sovereignty over our data. What implications does that have for the average consumer like myself?
Yes, I mean every day we go on social media apps and different kind of things where we navigate the websites and look through the internet, and we share data. And this data is, sometimes you're not aware of it. Sometimes it's shared to third parties, and you don't have full control of your data, where it's happening to your data. And sometimes, and that's why you get kind of targeted ads. If you're scrolling through the website and searching, cat food, you'll get ads on cat food. So it's a lot of things that data people don't know about in terms of how people, other companies, big companies are tracking and you misusing your information. What we're doing is giving you full operational sovereignty for your data. So only you have access to your data. So once you upload it, only you're able to retrieve that data. There's no middleman. There's no other person that can look at that data without your access key, which is only held by you. And that gives you much more power of your data and gives you more flexibility. And if you choose to share that in the future, we're going to implement, revenue sharing with bigger companies where if you choose to share that data, then you can get reimbursed from those companies according to what they should be. Because, right now, all these big companies are making money off your data for free.
Absolutely. Yes, they are. And the sovereignty is so important. It's only going to get more important. Talk a little bit about your OneClick Compliance feature and how this feature helps you stand out in other Web 2 and Web 3 storage solutions out there.
Yeah, so we have a OneClick Compliance, which helps enterprises, especially in the Web 2, be compliant with data regulations or data frameworks around the world. So we can allocate the files specifically to a region set. And since the files themselves are encrypted and the person uploading them has full control, you kind of are compliant by nature in terms of the system that we've built. So there's
Mm-hmm.
There's OneClick Compliance, we call it, because it's very simple and easy to implement the compliance in your enterprise, and it saves lots of costs and worries for especially bigger enterprises and Web2 enterprises, because they spend a lot of money on legal teams, and also fines, sometimes paying fines, extra fines for not being compliant with certain regulations. So this allows that, and we can target a lot of other customers in the healthcare sector, like HIPAA compliance, with this kind of feature. Just makes it much more secure, much more private, and much more compliant.
Now, this is backed by the blockchain, yes?
Yes.
So talk about some of the issues like scalability, network downtime.
Yeah. So the beauty about the product, what we filed in terms of the patent in 2018, was we filed the patent in terms of, we learned the behavior of each resource provider or storage provider in terms of different variables, like I mentioned earlier, performance, availability. So if you want high performance, you're only allocating that data to a high performant node with someone with a high reputation. And that means it's very unlikely that that data is lost, or not available or not performant when you want to access it. So what the blockchain layer is used for is the access layer. So basically what we're doing is, when you sign in, the fingerprint of your sign in or your kind of signature is stored on the blockchain, meaning only you have access to that when you're logging in. But we want to make it simple for Web2 customers, and we don't want to, that's always on the back end, meaning that it'll never be user facing. It'll be easy for Web2 customers that are used to Dropbox and Google to have some familiarity with how we're working on it. So a lot of emphasis is being put on the UI to make it simple for users, and kind of relevant in terms of how they're used to storing their files currently. So the blockchain part is the access layer.
Fantastic. So looking forward, what is Iagon's vision for the future? The decentralized storage and computing space, it's only going to grow and expand. So what's your role in this platform, specifically in this broader technology ecosystem we're living in?
Yes, I mean, what Iagon is building out is a complete infrastructure layer, meaning that we're focusing on Airbnb for storage and compute. This provides a lot of services. So we're going to be building multimedia dApps on top of the service, on top of the infrastructure, like email, like encrypted messaging, like compute, which is going to be basically, okay, let's pause there. Like compute, which is going to be basically catered to AI. For example, if AI want machine learning and things like that will require a large amount of compute, we can offer those services as well. So it'll cater to something like a decentralized AWS, if you will. And that's the vision in the long term, where we have multiple use cases built on top of the decentralized infrastructure.
Well, there you have it. Iagon, changing the game in decentralized cloud storage space. Thanks so much for joining us on Game Changer.
Thanks for having me.